What is up, YouTube? I'm going to be doing a little series I like to call Stop It Konami. Pretty much what this goes over is the censorship that Konami does when they release cards in the English part of the world. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the English cards, and then I'm going to show you how the original artwork on the cards look like. So the first thing we're going to look at is Stubborn Knight. So here it looks pretty normal, and I'm going to go ahead and show you the OCG card. So here's get the shine off, the OCG counterpart. So as you can see, there is some censorship with the flattening of the chest area, if you catch my drift. And also there is a third eye on her forehead. So I'm going to go ahead and try and bring this up closer so you can kind of try and see. And also the card is made differently in Japan and other parts of Asia than it is in America and the English part. So you can see there is some subtle differences. So there are a few reasons for their censorship. I noticed that there are actually three main reasons. So the first reason is you have partial nudity, which is like big chest areas and just really revealing cards. So that's one of the reasons, and then as we go on, I'll tell you the other two reasons. So this is Stubborn Knight. Here we have the English Red Archery Girl. So you can try and guess probably what they did to the card. And now the OCG counterpart. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in because it is kind of hard to tell. The artwork is very similar. So if you can see, she went from like a C cup to a B cup. And there's also a white area around here. So that kind of covers everything. But other than that, everything is the same. So again, we see that kind of partial nudity censorship going on right here. And now we have Water Emotics. So this is a pretty old school card from Meld Raiders. And then here we have the Japanese counterpart. You'll be pretty surprised. I understand why they did this change. So she's actually totally naked in this one. But they did leave out a little black dot somewhere, you know, if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so they did put clothes on her. It looks like scales, and yeah, that's what they did. And now we have Tremendous Fire. So pretty cool card. And here's the OCG counterpart. So a bunch of big differences is they are naked here too. Honestly, I can't tell whether they're female or guys, but you can try and figure that out if the camera focuses. Focus, camera. There you go. Focused. And then they also have these what appears to be wings. I actually can't tell what they are. And they also, in the English version, they also have some kind of blue thing here, which they don't have in the Japanese version. So take a look at the English version. So the blue clothing does cover up them, and they also removed the wings for some reason. I'm not really sure why. Or maybe they're not wings and there's something else, but I mean, I can't tell. Maybe you guys know. And here we have Harpy Lady Sisters. Also old school card from Meld Raiders. It's at first I couldn't tell what was wrong with what was different with the card. But if you take a close look, there's some spikes at a certain point that they removed in the original, or in the English card. So yeah. And unfortunately, no holo. This is common, and then this is super rare. So difference in rarity too. And we have Raime. So I mean, you can probably tell what's wrong, or what they changed, not what's wrong, but so here there is an enlargement in an area. So yeah, that's one of the reasons for censorship, is just kind of the sexual aspect that they want to keep away from people. And then Yu-Gi-Oh! Is actually a pretty violent, well, it was a violent anime too. There was a lot of censorships in that, which I will be covering in a future video. But there is a lot of blood and stuff like that. So they do a censorship on violence and blood and stuff like that. So here we have Trial of Nightmare. So it's pretty much a sword through a coffin. Not much, you know. And here's the Japanese version. Blood through a coffin. Apparently there's something in it, so blood spews out. So that's the difference between this one. And then you also have blood on the bottom. It's dripping off the sword. So other than that, and the eyes glow on this one, which is kind of cool. And the glass don't glow on this one. So I guess they kind of made up for it with the evilish eyes. Here we have Final Flame. So far all the artwork has been relatively similar, and there have only been a few modifications, but there are quite a few cards that have completely different artwork, and Final Flame is one of them. So here's the Japanese version of Final Flame. We got a guy burning on a cross. Now, I know why Konami censored this one. It's obviously very graphic and pretty violent, you know. But whether or not you agree with the censorships or not is, you know, totally up to you. You can leave a comment about, you know, maybe raging at Konami or something, but, you know, that's just how it is. And we have Share the Pain. This one's a little bit weird, and the OCG counterpart. So the blood is green, so they actually stab each other, or slice each other, or whatever. So there is blood coming out, but the blood is green, which is weird. It's like they're like zombies or something. But anyway, these are kind of the cards. And the third reason is kind of like religious. So like maybe crosses or like, you know, black magic symbols, they do censor all of that. So first card we have is Spellbinding Circle. Oops. Spellbinding Circle. And the original artwork is with the, I think this is kind of like the Satan seal or Satan symbol or something, but it's just the star, which is kind of like known for like black magic and is kind of bad. But anyway, so they did change this up, and with the new artwork, and also the Japanese name's a little bit different. I think it's called like Pentagon Seal or something, but anyway, the name is a little bit different. Now we have Premature Burial and Japanese Premature Burial. So the difference is, as you can see, just the cross. At first I was like, what is that? It's just an X, but it is a cross because it goes through the head, as you can see, like just right here. And actually, I actually prefer the English one because I think it looks better. But I don't know, maybe you like the Japanese one. It's up to you, really, but I do think that they did a better job on the English version, and I am pretty happy that we got this one instead. And now we have Magic Jammer. Kind of in the same area as Spellbinding Circle. They did change the area in the center. So here's the OCG. So you can see the Pentagon seal again, like in the Spellbinding Circle. See if it focuses. And you can also see that it's kind of wiggly, like the spell is being broken or something. So the wiggly isn't really in this one. It's a perfect seal, as you can see. So, I mean, I don't know why they didn't do a little effect to kind of make it look like this one. But, I don't know. It's Konami for you. And now, I don't know what category this falls under, but I just put it under this one. We have Mystic Tomato. And the original artwork. I don't know about you guys, but I do think the English one is also better in this case, just like Premature Burial. I don't really like the Japanese version. I mean, it's okay, it's not bad, but this Mystic Tomatoes looks a lot more evil and just more sinister than this one. So, I mean, I don't know what, it seems to be like the opposite effect of what, you know, you're trying to do with censoring cards. But anyway, I do like this English version better than the Japanese one. And now we have Ultimate Offering. So you do have something coming out, probably like blood coming out of this ogre, and the Japanese version. So the reason I said this is kind of like ritualish or black magic, if you look at the Japanese version, it is very bloody, violent. That's one of the reasons why they censored it, but if you look closely in the background, it looks like there's two eyes and maybe like I don't know, it looks like there's two eyes. It looks like a cat to me, or some kind of beast. So I think that does have something to do with like something like Satan or something. I'm not really sure, because I don't really keep up with religion. But I think this does have something to do with that, and they did change the artwork to this. So I was really surprised when I saw this. I was like, wow, really? I gotta show this. But yeah, I think that's cool. I would use this in my deck if I could, but no. And last but not least, we have Foolish Burial and the Japanese counterpart. So as you can see, there is a cross. Everything else is the same, but for some reason they like to remove crosses from the OCG. I'm not really sure why, but I think it does have to do with religion or something like that, because, you know, cross is a strong symbol of, like, I think Jesus or like something like that. So yeah. Alright, and that's all the cards I have for now, and I will be collecting more, but Japanese cards are pretty hard to find and they are pretty expensive. But I do have a whole list of stuff I'm trying to get. So yeah, I hope you like that, and I'll catch you later. Oh, also be sure to comment and all that good stuff, because, you know, I want to hear what you guys think about these censorship and the different artworks. Like, do you like it? You think Konami was kind of doing a good job? You know, because you know a lot of kids play Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, you might not see a lot of kids, but you know, there are kids that play Yu-Gi-Oh! So they do censor cards to try and keep, you know, kids safe from all these like bad influences and stuff like that. But anyway, just leave a comment, you know, let me know what you think, and I'll catch you later.